Hello and welcome to a day in 15 minutes UPSC Prelims Daily Current Affairs. Today is 16th November 2019 and the topics for discussion are Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code, QR Code, Ultima Thule and Arakoth, FCB Tobacco, Narene Program, World Heritage Week and finally International Buyer-Seller Meet. Now coming to our first topic of the day, which is Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. Now this is in news because the government has notified rules under the insolvency law to deal with resolution of financial service providers excluding banks. So banks are not included in this. Basically, the government will be providing a generic framework for insolvency and liquidation proceedings of systematically important financial service providers. Here the financial service providers does not include banks. Okay, now coming and talking about the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code, the IBC is actually a new bankruptcy law which seeks to consolidate the existing framework by creating a single law for insolvency and bankruptcy. Now the IBC 2016 will override the other existing laws on matters pertaining to insolvency and bankruptcy. Coming to a few salient features regarding the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code, as you can see here, basically it's a unified code for greater legal clarity, and there will be a fixed timeline of 180 days which is extendable to another 90 days to resolve cases of insolvency or bankruptcy. Okay, now there will be a new regulator, that will be the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India, IBBI, under the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, and this board will be there to exercise regulatory oversight over insolvency professionals, insolvency professional agencies and information utilities. Another body called the National Company Law Tribunal will be there to adjudicate bankruptcy cases over companies, limited liability entities, while Debt Recovery Tribunal, a second tribunal, will be there to adjudicate cases over individuals and unlimited liability partnership firms. Okay, so basically what here is, there are two different kinds of tribunals, one for National Company Law Tribunal for company related cases and Debt Recovery Tribunal for individual based cases. Now coming here, basically this will allow the debtor basically to initiate the insolvency resolution process once it has defaulted on a debt. Now coming to the next topic of the day, which is QR code. Now basically this is in news because at AIMS there should be scanning of QR code to pledge your organs for donation. Okay, now coming and talking about QR code. Now QR out here stands for quick response. Okay, now the QR code basically is a two-dimensional version of a barcode. Now QR code consists of black squares arranged in a square grid on a white background which can be read by an imaging device such as a camera. Now QR contains information about the item with which it is attached to, and this was first designed in 1994 for the automotive industry in Japan. Now applications include product tracking, item identification, time tracking, document management and general marketing. Now as an additional information, I'll talk to you about Bharat QR. Okay, now what is Bharat QR? Basically it's a P2M, person to merchant mobile payment solution. This solution is mutually derived among NPCI, Visa and MasterCard payment networks. Once the Bharat QR codes are deployed on the merchant location, user can pay the utility bills using Bharat QR enabled mobile banking apps without sharing any user credentials to the merchant. Now understand, with this it will be a very quick method of payment, and Bharat QR code has lots of additional data elements, okay, like merchant name, address, merchant bank information, etc. Alright, now here you can see this is going to be the image of a QR code. I'm sure all of you have seen this before in your day-to-day lives. Coming to the next topic, which is Ultima Thule and Arakoth. Now this is in news because Ultima Thule, which was the farthest cosmic body ever visited by a spacecraft, has been renamed to Arakoth. Okay, so it was the same body itself. Initially it was called as Ultima Thule and now it is called Arakoth. Okay, now the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, which is NASA, had recently done this changing in the name. Now Arakoth basically here means sky. Okay, now NASA renamed this distant space rock because of the criticism that it faced because of the Nazi connections it had basically Ultima Thule had some Nazi collections. Okay, now the object will now be called Arakoth, which is the Native American term meaning sky. Now the object was surveyed by NASA spaceship of New Horizons mission. Now coming and talking about Arakoth, which is as Ultima Thule, it is located in the Kuiper belt in the outermost region of the solar system. It measures approximately 30 kilometers in diameter and is irregularly shaped. And additional information here is that it's also called the snowman. It looks like a snowman. Now it has a reddish color, probably caused due to exposure of hydrocarbons to sunlight over billions of years. Now it belongs to a class of Kuiper belt objects which are called cold classics. Okay, it's called cold classics, which have nearly circular orbits with low inclinations to the solar plane. Coming and talking about the New Horizons mission, it was launched in January 19, 2006 and has conducted a 6-month-long reconnaissance flyby study of Pluto and its moon in summer of 2015. Now, the primary mission is to perform a flyby study of the Pluto system, and the secondary mission is to flyby and study one or more of the objects in the Kuiper belt. So, basically study Kuiper belt objects. Coming to the next topic, which is FCB Tobacco. Now, this is in news because the Tobacco Board of India has been awarded the Golden Leaf Award in the most impressive public service initiative category for the year of 2019, and this has been given because of its efforts to initiate various sustainability or green initiatives in the flue-cured Virginia tobacco cultivation in India. Coming and talking about FCB tobacco, which is flue-cured tobacco. It is basically a type of cigarette tobacco. Okay, now India is the world's 4th largest producer of FCB tobacco. About 88,000 FCB tobacco farmers and their families in the states of Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka are dependent upon this crop for their survival. Now, Tobacco Board is not giving registrations for new growers, basically to discourage excess production and providing economic sustainable alternatives with respect to FCB. Basically, it's controlled under the Tobacco Board and it's giving some sort of restrictions for overgrowth of this crop. Coming and talking about Tobacco Board basically is a statutory body established under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry by the Tobacco Act of 1975. Now, the main functions of the Tobacco Board include regulation of the production and curing of Virginia tobacco in India, implementation of extension and developmental activities for improving the yields and quality of tobacco, facilitating sale of tobacco through e-auctions, and finally undertaking various grower welfare measures and export promotion to tobacco and tobacco products. Alright, now coming to the next topic, which is Narene Program. Now this program seeks to transform government school into vibrant and competitive institutions, and it has been launched in Andhra Pradesh. Now it aims to transform all the government schools with required infrastructure and upgradation of skills besides setting up English labs. Okay, that is one of the ideas behind Narene Program. Now coming to the next topic, which is the World Heritage Week. Now the World Heritage Week will be celebrated by UNESCO between November 19, 2019 to November 25, 2019. Now the objective of celebrating World Heritage Week is to increase awareness among the people about safety and preservation of cultural heritages and monuments. There are 38 World Heritage Sites located in India, and these include 30 cultural sites, 7 natural sites and 1 mixed site. India has the 6th largest number of sites in the world. Coming to the International Buyer-Seller Meet, the Agricultural and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority (APEDA) under the Department of Commerce held the first ever International Buyer-Seller Meet on agriculture and horticulture products in Arunachal Pradesh. Now 10 international buyers from 7 countries, which are Bhutan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Indonesia, UAE, Oman and Greece, has participated in the meet and interacted with the exporters. So basically that's all for today in the information on the topics. Now for more information, please go to our Current Affairs Plus webpage at the www.neoiascap.com. You will get additional information and more news regarding the daily current affairs. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you. If you have any doubts or queries, you can write down in the comment section below. Good night.
So please like, share and subscribe to our channel for more videos. Follow our website neoiasgap.com for the detailed content and monthly prelims digest. Also join our current affairs exclusive test series through the website. And finally, participate in the daily current affairs prelims infotainment quiz at our Telegram channel, that is Neo IAS Prelims, at 9:30 p.m.